Man, give us a story.
Older than he looks.
Give us a story on him.
The man up there trying to take a nap in the darkness. All of a sudden, hear him bugle. Get up there, get on the stick, put the gun up. 7 or 8 cows run by 20 yards from us, and here he comes right at the end. Sits there, kind of slows down in the gap. Let him have it.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon.
This hunt begins in an all too familiar setting, the cold pre-dawn darkness. But soon, a bugle rings out and breaks the frosty stillness of this high country Colorado morning. We quickly set up on some fallen timber and wait for the impending herd of elk to present us with a shot opportunity.
Bull. Back is bull. He's down. He's down. He's down. He's down. He's good.
It's a magical moment walking up on your first bull elk. It's comparable to the feelings you get when you were finally able to ride a bike for the first time, or when your high school crush actually said yes when you finally got the courage to ask her out. No, who am I kidding? It's better than that.
Not a bad bull, dude.
There you go.
He's almost a 6'5".
That looks good. He's got a cool bust on his left side too. Some nice character. Yeah, good spot. I didn't see that in the morning. I just saw his frame. I was like, legal shit.
That's sick.
Man, give us a story.
Older than he looks.
Give us a story on him.
The man up there trying to take a nap in the darkness. All of a sudden, hear him bugle. Get up there, get on the stick, put the gun up. 7 or 8 cows run by 20 yards from us, and here he comes right at the end. Sits there, kind of slows down in the gap. Let him have it. What an animal.
Tag, punched.
I can't believe the 2 elk we've killed have been 75 and 80 yards. Like,
Close dude.
Yay. Day 2, second pack out. Yay.
really impaled myself on a tree.
With 2 of our members tagged out and the meat hanging back at camp, it's time to try for another bull. Mitch and I head out for a Sunset Canyon hunt, and we're hopeful that we'll get another shot off right before the darkness swallows the landscape once more.
Just ripped here out of the old iron horse. Ready for the evening hunt.
Walking along the rim of a canyon like this will enable us to spot any elk that are bedded near the stream, and we can try and make a play on them and get a shot opportunity if possible. With it being the afternoon and the direction of the wind is blowing up the canyon, we decide to work our way in a direction that is down canyon, as we can keep the wind in a favorable direction for us as we go. We stop and glass at multiple points, hoping to spot an elk that is waking up and is traveling down the creek for a drink. After traversing the canyon for a mile or so, we decide to settle at a position on the corner of the canyon where the creek makes a hard turn. This will enable us to see multiple miles in 2 directions along the creek, making it easier to spot any elk if they do come out for a drink.
There's a big trail coming right up here.
Let's set it. There's a dirt track right in front of us. 2-track.
In order to effectively glass, you have to be organized in your search. I like to imagine that the landscape is sectioned off into grids, and I can scan the grid in a direction from the left to the right, starting my search at the top left corner of my imaginary grid. That way, you can make sure you search every part of the landscape, as you never know when and where you will actually spot your target at. After a few hours of glassing, we unfortunately don't turn up any elk. Situations like this are optimistically frustrating, as you know that there are elk in the immediate vicinity around you. You just can't spot them. We are left with no other choice except to head back to camp and try it again tomorrow morning. The next morning arrives abruptly. We start our day by hiking well before the sun rises so we can be in a prime location for when the legal shooting hours begin. After experiencing no sunrise elk action, we decide to move towards a location in which we maybe heard a bugle from while hiking in the pre-dawn darkness. We move and check each clearing as we get to it. You never know when and where you will spot a bull, so being cautious as you move around the landscape ensures that you're maximizing your time invested while out in the field. If you're going to burn a bunch of your energy in boot leather to get to a great hunting location, you might as well hunt smart when you get there. After hiking for a few miles, we hear a lonely bugle ring out from above a creek 800 yards away from our location. We move and try and set up and call that bull to within some shooting distance. After presenting this bull with a few desperate cow calls, he hammers right back with a bugle. He is interested, so I keep hitting him with the cow calls. There is no way that I'm going to be able to call this bull across the creek and up the hill to our position, but I am hoping that he's going to get curious about the source of the calling and poke his head out from between some of those trees and present Mitch with a shot. The position we are in is less than ideal. We are pinned down on a very open hillside, so we choose to sit down with what little cover we have, and we scan the Pine Choke Canyon, hoping to spot a glimpse of Mr. Mysterious on the other side. In order to keep him interested, I sporadically let out a cow call every now and again. And he is interested, because he hammers back with the bugle right after each cow call sequence. In order to keep that bull interested, I cow call right after he lets out a bugle each time. This way he knows that I'm talking directly to him and that I like his bugles. Mama said that you can put lipstick on a pig, but at the end of the day, it's still a pig. Well, elk hunting is sort of like that. Putting an elk call in your mouth doesn't make you an elk. You're still a human. But with the right calling sequences, you can try and trick an elk into thinking that you are one. And for this situation, I've tricked this elk because now he's bugling to try and get me to cow call back to him. Even though this bull is interested, he is moving away from us. He probably already has a harem of cows, so we decide to get aggressive and move after him. But elk are way better at traversing mountain terrain than we are, so we never manage to catch back up with this bull. Sometimes you need to take your cues from nature. Even though this stream is flowing the opposite direction that the trout wants to be moving, it keeps swimming forward. It could move to a different part of that stream where the current isn't so high and it wouldn't have to work as hard to catch its prey. But there is more prey located in the portion of the stream with a fast current. So it has to put in more effort and energy to stay in this volatile position. But that position has a higher chance of yielding it with something that it actually wants. Well, time to take our cues from nature. Next, we will take on a tangled hellhole of some blowdown beetle kill forest. It's going to suck, and we will have to put in a ton of effort, but hopefully it will yield us our prize.
Shoot him, legal. Again, hit him again. If you can follow him. Yeah, no, don't shoot again. We know where he is.